What's up guys, NepentheZ here and welcome back to another episode of The Road to Glory. First things first, we're showing some of the sales that allowed me to pick up that informed Neymar. Secondly, we're going to have 10 games of Foot Champs coming up for you today. I played all 10 on Saturday. Saturdays just don't agree with me, dudes. I don't know what the problem is, man. We'll talk about it a bit more in the next episode so that you can see what we did before I ruin Foot Champs. I want you to watch and see and experience the gameplay. As per usual, lots to talk about, lots of comments to grab. The first comment is from Sports Crazy Austin, and he says, in my opinion, it seems like most of these episodes just involve Nep defending himself for his decisions and he shouldn't have to. I appreciate the outlook you're trying to make. However, I actually enjoy discussing the contentious points, and apologies if it comes across as me complaining or moaning, because that's not the case. I enjoy it when somebody offers me an opinion that doesn't just flat out agree with me. And the reason why I enjoy that is because it makes me look at things from a different avenue, from a different angle, and could potentially help me grow the series and be a better YouTuber, a better FIFA player, a better Road to Glory channel account or whatever. You know, if everybody was just, yes, what you're doing is perfect, it would get very boring all the time. What I tend to do, which is what I should stop doing, is when I start picking out comments that are contentious, it encourages more people to put in comments that are contentious. And instead of me picking out important comments and saying, let's discuss this point because it's very valid, what I'll do is I'll start grabbing all of them, and it just creates this negative stigma, and that's my bad. I apologize for that. We're going to try and move away from that, but don't, if you see something that you disagree with in the Road to Glory, or if something that I've contradicted myself on that you'd like an explanation for in the Road to Glory, don't be afraid to put it in the comment section. Let me know. Tell me, hey, you said this and then this happened, or you said that and then this happened, and ask and you know, find out why, because there's usually very valid reasons. And as I've said many times, I can be hypocritical, but not on purpose. You know, this game changes so quickly because on one day there's no Team of the Year players, so someone is really good, and then the next day there is Team of the Year players, and so the player that I used to think was very good is now no longer in my scope of being a good player, because there are just better players or better value for money players, etc., etc. So, you know, my opinions definitely change very quickly on this Road to Glory, just because the game changes on a week to week basis. But yeah, I don't feel like I'm trying to defend myself or my actions or what I do or anything like that. I'm just trying to explain why I did it. I suppose maybe that is defending yourself, but it's not like I'm intentionally defending myself or getting on the defensive. I welcome and encourage the people that, you know, have something to say about what I've done or what I've said, for sure. Gavin Devereaux says, who is better, Jesus or second informed Callum Wilson? Well, they're both special in their own rights and for different reasons. I think Callum Wilson is just faster, specifically with the correct chem style. Callum Wilson has exceptional composure, great finishing, great attack positioning, good stamina. I know a lot of people don't necessarily rate composure as highly as I do, but I personally do. I think it's a super important stat. But what Gabriel Jesus has is good composure still at 84. And then he has 4-star, 4-star. So if you're the kind of person that really is encouraged by weak foot and skill moves, Gabriel Jesus is going to be the one for you. If you don't particularly use skill moves too much and you're not overly fussed about a weak foot, then definitely Callum Wilson is probably going to be the one for you. If I had to pick which one would I go for, I personally would go for Gabriel Jesus. I know, like, this is where I feel like somebody would be like, oh, but composure is so important. I do think composure is very important in this game, but I don't think it's the only thing to consider or factor in. I think you should factor in everything when looking at a player. So for me personally, the 4-star skill moves and 4-star weak foot of Gabriel Jesus, and the fact that he also has good composure, would make me personally pick Gabriel Jesus over Callum Wilson. DevBotX says, Net, with Foot Champs, would you like a section which allows you to view your 40 opponents at the end of the weekend to see where they are ranked, similar to the Champions channel? After a win or defeat, I'm always intrigued to see what kind of player I played against and where they're finished. Love to hear your thoughts on this. Keep up the good work. Well, thank you, dude, for the kind message. 1,000,000%. I think it's like incredibly unfair that only if you lost to the guy finishing top 100 or finishing top 100 do you get to see the kind of opponents you came up against. Like you, I would like to know, in those games that I lost, or those games that I won that were tight and you know, a good battle, was I playing against someone of a really high skill level or a low skill level? You know, like the game that I lost in my first 10, when I was 2 wins and 1 loss, that guy had an average team. I didn't feel like he was a great player. I feel like I let myself down with the way I played against him. I started rushing, I started panicking, and although he deserved the win because he created some good chances and scored them, I feel like if I played him 10 games in a row, I feel like I'd probably win 7 or 8 of those games. And I would like to be able to confirm or deny that. I'd like to look at that at the end of the weekend and be like, okay, actually I'm wrong. He was just, he's an Elite 3 caliber player. Or, oh, actually I was right. He finished on 18 wins out of 40, and I can take from that it was me and I let myself down and I should be working on that. So yeah, I would love to be able to see all the opponents that I played against so that I can know where I stand against the people that I won and lost to. And in the same vein, like there are some games where I win a game and I'm like, man, that was a very tough game. And if you feel like you're on an even skill level with someone, or you're playing against someone outside of your skill level and you beat them, it would be nice to see if they were actually someone of a high skill level, or if it was just a low skill level player that you struggled against. And then you can analyse that game and start to understand, okay, let's take 2 examples. Number 1, you play against a guy that you felt was really good. It was a tough game. Win or lose, you're just like, damn, that was really good opponent, really tough game. And you see that he finished on 33 wins out of 40. And you could just be like, no problem at all. That guy was very good. I managed to sneak a win. Or, okay, I lost that, but no problem because he's a very good player. And you get some closure on that. But if you play against the person and you're like, well, damn, that was a really tough game. And then you look and they finish on, 22 wins out of 40 games. And you're like, okay, so let me rewatch that game and have an understanding as to why I struggled against this guy who's not quite as good as me. Assuming you finish on 28 or 29 wins or something, this is just for argument's sake. And it could be that the formation that he used just countered you hard. He could have had some, he could have played ultra defensive from kickoff. He could have just played a bit more possession game. You could notice some things with him, how he's manipulating his defense. Maybe he was using second man press, and that's something that just completely goes against the way you play FIFA. Maybe he just sat off you, and you'll be able to analyse that gameplay and see, well, here's where I could improve in these instances against this style of player. The fact that that's only available to top 100 players, it's pretty poor. It is pretty poor. But what are you going to do? EA aren't going to change it, really, are they? But I would love to see that. Ultimately, I think that'd be very, very good. C. Warner says, "Yo, Nep, why don't you get Desai's 88 card to play at centre back instead of Luis Gustavo and get a cheap icon keeper or play Neto in form in goal? Also, why not get Ramos 90 card over Varane? I think it would help you get more wins and improve the team in general, as centre-backs are one of the most important positions in a team. Love the content, keep it up." Well, thank you again for the kind words. I think Ramos will be even just the gold Ramos will be the next addition to the team over Varane. He's not super expensive. We'll be able to fit him in pretty much no problem at all, and it will give my goalkeeper 10 chemistry, which will be quite nice. So we'll be getting Ramos in. I'm not looking to get icons right now. I'm actually... I want a lot of the Team of the Years. I think Team of the Year cards are going to be what we're building up to. I do need to change some of my team, although Gabriel Jesus is good, he's not that high tier card. He's meta, sure. Fernandinho the same, although he's good, he's not that high tier meta card. So we've got those 2 to improve, and maybe even Munir. But I love Munir, so I don't know if that's me just being biased towards him and thinking, do I love him because I'm telling myself I love him and then I notice the good things he does but not the bad things, or is he actually a beast player? I can't figure that out necessarily. In terms of it getting me more wins, I know where my limit is. I don't think a better team is going to make me get more wins. I think I've proven that over time. We've got the best team we've had all year right now, in my opinion, and I'm still losing games to players that I shouldn't be losing games to, and throwing away incredible situations. This game is case in point of that. We're in the 43rd minute now. You wouldn't believe me if I told you this game finished 5-5 in the 90th minute. But more importantly, I was 4-1 up and 5-2 up against this guy with not much time left on the clock. And I still lost this game. Sure, I lost it on penalties, but I lost it. And no matter how good your team is, no matter how good your midfielders are, your attackers are, your defenders are, it never ever accounts for human error. And so when I make those mistakes of using second man press too much, being too aggressive in my defending, sometimes being too passive in my defending, overcommitting on attack, like I could have a full team of 99s and it's not gonna make up for that. It just isn't. So yeah, whilst I do agree that I would still like to upgrade this team, obviously the better the team, the effectively the better I should be able to play. it will never account for those human errors that screw me. There you go. You see me went 4-1 up. I went 5-2 up with 20 minutes to go. And I still managed to screw this game up. Against a team that had a lone Heung-min Son. I don't even know. Abe Du says, will there be Weekend League next weekend as regionals will take place in Barcelona? Yes. Yes, there will. That was a great finish from Mbappe. See, that's one of those situations where I could have closed him down quicker and cut that down. And then here, 3 minutes left. I don't even know what I'm doing here. I'm defending quite well here, actually. It gets good 1-2. My defender, that was me selecting it, but my defender just didn't really put a foot in. That's sad. Jag Verk says, I understand what you're saying. It's just weird on a viewer's point of view, where you are taking time with everything to keep or make every coin possible with your methods that you're mostly successful with, to then waste that much. Well, suppose no one would have thought the players would crash that hard, that early, and if it's going to get you those extra wins, then so be it. Initially, I thought it was a bit daft to buy them that early when you could have waited a few days and maybe saved 600k, but didn't take into account the extra money you gained so far for that, so I can't really blame you. Anyway, love the series, and let's hope for some more Elite 1 finishes with these brand new players. Well, thank you for the message. As I said, I don't necessarily think I'm going to get better finishes for having a better team. I personally don't think that that's going to be the case. I had a chance to win this on penalties as well. I just had to score this Marcelo. I only put 2 bars of power on that and it hit the bar. I couldn't believe it. I thought I'd won that. Yeah, it is weird from a viewer's point of view, you know, and that's why, as I said at the start of the video, I don't mind discussing this sort of stuff because I do make mistakes. You know, I'm just a person that loves FIFA and enjoys playing FIFA and makes YouTube videos for FIFA. I'm no guru at this game. I'm not the best player. I'm definitely not the best trader. I don't have the best road to glory. You know, you could argue that Fuji's road to glory is better than mine. Skills' road to glory is better than mine because they both get top 100. You could argue that Nick's road to glory is better than mine because he works harder on his road to glory to generate more for his viewers. You know, I don't excel in any specific area, but I don't claim to either. You know, I just try and do the best for me and do what I think is right at the time. And a lot of the times, what I think is right at the time isn't the right thing to do. But in hindsight, if I had known that the players were going to decrease in value as much as they have done, I would have waited. Like even Modric, just for an example, because this year there are a lot more coins in the game, which means player prices are just generally staying a lot higher a lot more often. I bought Modric at 1.85, as you guys well know. I honestly thought his price would settle around 1.5. So in my head, buying him at 1.85, I kind of took into consideration, like, yeah, his price will probably drop down over the weekend to 1.6, maybe 1.5. I didn't expect him to go lower than that, because last year he was only he was 1.2 last year. And so I thought, compared to last year, he'll be a little bit more because he's a desirable card. There's more coins in the game on the market, so a lot more people are going to get him, and it's going to keep his price high. Well, his price just continued to plummet, and he's currently less than 1.2 million coins. So I've actually lost around 700,000 coins on Luka Modric alone. In that instance, I do sit here and I think, man, just stupid, you know, just a waste. As you said, you know, I spent so much time building this account, working hard to earn every coin, to just put, like, I'd say the amount of coins I've lost around 1.2 to 1.3 million. I'd say that's about 3 weeks worth of the road to glory. So I put myself back about 3 weeks on where I should be. But for me, that doesn't deter me and make me think, oh no, I've lost 3 weeks worth of coins because I made some mistakes. It makes me think, okay, I need to work harder over the next 3, 4, 5 weeks to make back those extra coins that I lost. So in turn, it's actually going to be positive for the road to glory because it's going to make me work harder and do more to try and get more back to build this team up a little bit quicker. So I hope that's the case anyway. Cheese Puff Glory says, Yo Nep, just a quick question. Do the people who open loads of packs at the capture event have to pay for the FIFA points? If yes, how much are they? Are they full price? No, they get given like test accounts basically. So accounts that are not on the main game or main network. They get given FIFA points and given coins to create content at the capture event. Tex says, NepentheZ, please tell the informed Neymar soon. Is he going to get another informed next week as PSG won 8-0 and Neymar scored 4 times? That Neymar will drop a lot. So this is an interesting question I have for you guys. Will he get an inform based on that performance? Wednesday performances don't usually count for the following Wednesday team of the week. However, there have been some instances where players have got informs the following Wednesday after a Wednesday game, but they also had a good weekend game. Now, I know Neymar scored 4 goals, and that's a lot of goals. And if the general consensus is that, yes, Neymar is going to get a Team of the Week card next Wednesday, then, yeah, I will most likely look to get rid of him. But if he's not going to get a inform card, then I'll probably keep hold of him. So what do you guys think on that one? I'd like to hear your guys' opinions on whether or not you think Neymar is going to get an inform or not. Because the last thing I want is for this Neymar to drop to like 600,000 coins and for me to lose even more coins. Although saying that, his 93 Team of the Group stage is still at 800,000. So the fact his 94 is at 1 million, it's unlikely this 94 will drop below 800,000. That's still another 200,000 plus tax loss coming in, but yeah, it won't. I don't think it will depreciate by that much. Island for the World Cup says, Net, what price do you think Team of the Year Ramos will settle at? I think what you're looking at right now at the time of watching this video, even the time of making this video, I think this is the lowest point we'll see these cards at until the game really delves in like 2 or 3 months. I don't think he'll get much lower than the 1.4 million that he's at right now. He might fluctuate down to 1.2 and back up to 1.4, 1.5, depending on regionals and such. But yeah, I think right now is as good a time as any to buy. But then what do I know? Because I lost 1.5 million coins on Team of the Year cards. AJ Matarao says, hey Nep, I think that you should trade in Rui Costa for Petit. You say Rui Costa is not good enough, and with enough options in that cam spot, I think you should consider bulking up your CDM with Petit. Love your vids. Yeah, I'm torn. I've been thinking about this myself. Like, on the one hand, I think, should I convert this Rui Costa into one of the SBCs to get 100k pack during Team of the Year? Maybe we hit Jackpot City, maybe we don't, but at least give it a shot. And then number 2, I sit there and think, Rui Costa's so important in linking a lot of players, and he's not bad. He's not. I don't think he's good. I don't think he's the best option that you can have. Like, I'm happy to have Neymar and De Bruyne instead of Rui Costa and De Bruyne. I think Neymar is better than Rui Costa in that sense. But I don't want another prime icon that's going to be untradeable. I thought about it long and hard, and I thought, no, it'll just be a waste of another 400,000-500,000 coins for an icon that will be in my team because I've got him, not because I want him. And it will just generally turn me away from building a lot more fun teams and using other players because I've got one of my 11 positions immediately filled up. And I don't necessarily want that. But with that being said, if you guys want it, I will happily trade in Rui Costa in one of those Prime Icon SBCs, maybe Vieira, because he's someone that I would use a lot. But yeah, trade him in for that 100k pack to risk a Team of the Year card. Do I think I'll pack a Team of the Year card? Most probably not. I'd say there's like a 99.99% chance I'll pack absolutely nothing. But is it worth the risk? Personally, don't believe so, but I'll leave the question to you guys and look forward to your answer in the comment section below. And then the last comment from Junior04 says, hey Nep, just wondering why you said buying the Team of the Year players early was a partly business-based decision, because before you said this channel was just about fun for you. Love the vids and keep up the good work. And again, a super fair question. I'll tell you where it came from, because that made me think. I sat there and think, why did I do that? Because this channel, like, I put more effort into this channel because I enjoy this channel. I love this channel. I love playing FIFA. I love the Road to Glory. There's so much that I love doing on this account that I don't do it necessarily for the monetary gain, because if it was for the monetary gain, I would put this series on my main channel and get 2, maybe even 3 times the amount of views on this. The reason where it came about in terms of making it a part business decision is literally just because of the panic and horror that every YouTuber goes through during January. During Q4, during October, November and December, CPM is like an all-time high, and for 100,000 views, you might make somewhere from $500 to $800 for 100,000 views. In January, that same 100,000 views might make you anywhere from $80 to $150. Like, the CPM just plummets. So honestly, it was just a panic decision. You know, last month I was earning X, now I'm earning like 30% of X off the same views, and it just, as you know, this is my source of income, this is my business, so it just made me sit there and panic and think, oh god, I need to do something to bring more views in. Let's put Team of the Years in the team and Team of the Years in the title, get more views, and it'll be great. And although necessarily that, in theory that did work, I did get more views in those videos, I go through this same thing every single year, and it's always the same. You know, the start of the year, the CPM starts down the bottom here, and as the months roll on, the advertising gets better. And in fact, this year it'll be better advertising during the summer because the World Cup is on, so there'll be a lot of ad companies pumping money into the World Cup, which means ad revenue will be good through the summer as well this year. But yeah, I just panicked, dude. You know, I've got a family, I've got a 3-year-old daughter, I've got a son on the way, and I was just like, holy crap, you know, I've gone from earning like this to this overnight because of the way CPM works. And as any businessman would do, they think of ways to increase revenue, and that was one of the ways for me to increase the revenue. I probably won't look to be doing that much more anyway. There's other things that I can do, other titles I can use, other things I could do in the Road to Glory to generate views and to generate revenue and to generate a good, fun Road to Glory. So hopefully we'll work on that in the near future. But anyway, guys, we are coming towards the end of this weekend league stint. I think I'm only going to play to 18 wins this weekend. I might play to 21 or maybe 25. I've already got 20 games done by the end of Saturday, so we're in a real healthy spot. I've got 15 wins by the end of it as well. So again, you know, we're in a real healthy spot. I only need 3 wins to get to 18. So if I'm playing Sunday and I end up playing 3 or 4 in a row and winning 3 or 4 out of those, I might push on to 21 or 25 wins. Who knows? I might end up going and playing all 40. I don't anticipate playing all 40, but as I say, man, like my opinions change on what I think is going to happen and what does happen quite often, just based on things changing in my day-to-day life and on the game, here, there, and everywhere. But we ended up winning our final game. We were 9-1 on Friday. We went 6-4 on Saturday. I'm going to talk about this a little bit more in tomorrow's video. Yeah, you'll see here we get the final goal there with Quincy Promes to make it 4-1. This is going to be the end of the gameplay and the end of the video. If you did enjoy this, be sure to leave a like, rating, comment, and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. But for now, guys, I'm out. Peace.